Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the archive, where we once again return with Final Fantasy XIV. Sorry I'm a little late tonight. I don't know what it's been the last couple weeks, but I just have not been feeling great. Took a little bit of a nap when I got home and slept in a little longer than I intended to, which is why I'm 15 minutes late to the stream tonight. But we're here. I wanted to get on, play for a little while, our usual. Again, probably play for a couple hours. Don't have a ton because I need to, still need to get up tomorrow morning, feeling well or not. But one day I'll get over whatever this funk I'm currently residing in. Regardless, let's just get started because we have more story to do. Yay! We just took over the big tower. Very cool. I still cannot believe that fucking plan worked, but, it fucking did. There's still a chance that some Imperials are holed up inside the Castellum. We'll need to search it top to bottom to be sure it's safe. In the meantime, I want you to rendezvous with the main host. Keep your weapons at the ready. There's a chance you might come face to face with soldiers on the run en route. On second thought, it might be prudent for you to do a preemptive sweep of the region for soldiers that have gone to ground. We shouldn't afford them any time to regroup and launch a counterattack. When you've judged your work to be done, report to General Alden in Bittermill. Okay, yeah, sure. Fuck it. Well, since we're going this way, we shouldn't run into what's-her-face again. But, it's probably smart that we deal with any stragglers, just in case. If they figure out that we played them for fools, they're not going to be too happy, and they're going to try retaking things here. Really thought that backstab would kill him, but that's alright. Granted, I don't actually think I got the back attack bonus. Alright, let's try this again. Paralysis. That sucks. Okay, yet again I am a little rusty, but not, as rusty as last week, given the fact that I have actually, played in a week. Yes, that was when I streamed last week, but, same difference. Better than not playing at all in like 3 weeks. Captain, all well's at the bridge? Good, good. The fighting has died down here too, as you can see. Pippin left but a moment ago with a contingent of troops to occupy Velodina. If and when the Imperials return, they'll find us dug in behind their own walls. I could not have hoped for a better outcome, General. Splendidly done. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It'll take more than one Castellum to turn the tide. My men and I will deal with the remaining enemy forces. Scions, I bid you return to Commander Kemp and his men. Delight not over much in victory, not when there's battles left to fight. Our work here is finished. Our resistance allies are waiting. I don't know how close we are to finishing up the Stormblood main story quest. Obviously, we still have the post-story to do after the fact. I doubt we'll get to it tonight, because, you know, 2 hours is probably enough to get, like, 10 or so quests done, depending on if there are any trials or dungeon runs that I have to wait a long time for. But I doubt that there's only, like, 10 quests left. There will probably be about double that, would be my guess. I don't know, man. It just feels like it's been a lot of questing. Back so soon. I suppose the general and his men had matters well in hand. The vice-marshal and his men showed up not long after you left. If the gods are good, there will be no one left to fight. I know you're not one for waiting, but if you'll bear with us. Commander Kemp, Marshal Terrapin reports that their sweep of the Castellum's interior has been completed. So, it's finally over, huh? Pray extend to him my deepest thanks. It's official then. Castum Veladina is well and truly ours. Mayhap this calls for... Wait, where is Mhigo? She took her bird and flew off towards the Peering Stones, the village of the M tribe where she was born. I doubt that the Imperials who fled Veladina had a mind to give them trouble on their way back east, but she was nevertheless worried, so I gave her leave to go and see that her people were safe. Though I pray you are right, 'twould be best if Mhigo were not alone should she encounter the enemy. Agreed. Let's all go to the Peering Stones and make sure that everything is alright. If that is your wish, I have no objections. Just let the guard know when you wish to cross. Oh my god, we're gonna finally actually be able to fully explore this map! It's only been the entire fucking expansion since we unlocked it, and now we, you know, haven't been able to explore literally half of it. Do you know how much of a pet peeve looking at this map and seeing that there's all this shit that we can't find? Yes. My completionist brain does not care for it very much. I mean, I guess it does make sense that it's blocked off, because these enemies are higher level. Not, like, significantly. I mean, there's literally portions of the, like, for example, the Black Shroud, which has, like, 10, 15 level enemy gaps. So, separating them like this, I mean, I guess story-wise it makes sense, but, like, just... you know, annoying until now. The path to the village is through a tunnel just east of here. Follow me. God, it's so really cool looking back and seeing Balsar's Wall. At least I'm pretty sure that's what that's called, is Balsar's Wall. This thing we crossed over to begin with. It's just so fucking big.
Ah, you've come. Welcome, friends, to my village. My home.
It's, something. A bit smaller
How
than I
fare
was
your
expecting.
people?
Good, all things considered. Better than the Inanta at any rate. They've sent an emissary. I'll take you to her.
Hello. So what's the deal? Why
here
did
to
you
help.
send an
Will you
emissary?
tell us what happened?
What's going on? Striking back already?
Aye. It began with a quarrel between the Imperials and the Kaliana.
The Kaliana are another Inanta tribe. The strongest and the most influential. Unlike the Vera, they want no part of our troubles. They swore fealty to the Empire, and were content to remain within their borders.
Just so. The Kaliana forced...
Oh, shit. Fuck. Goddamn. Something snake people talk. You know, hold the S's.
But then a new commander was sent to hold the Black Bridge. She demanded the Kaliana surrender a hostage, this butcher.
Fordola. It doesn't make sense, though. The Vera are the ones working with the Resistance. Why would she threaten the Kaliana?
Because she is ignorant like all Imperials. She knows not the difference between Kaliana and Vera, nor does she care to learn.
I see. All Fordola knew for sure was that the resistance would come from the west. She reasoned, therefore, that if the Inanta on the east bank turned their coats, she would be trapped. I take it the Kaliana had no choice but to oblige her.
Well, actually, that's not the worst use of logic in the world. Give me one moment. I am just checking something. I just got a Discord notification. Just checking, making sure it was nothing important.
No, they did not. The Imperials left with the Kaliana broodmother's own daughter, Anamika. Long
Yeah, that's
days
unfortunate.
and nights she looked out on the Black Bridge weeping for her child. Until you came. The broodmother knew at once which way the winds would blow. She and her warriors met with the fleeing Imperials in the road and demanded that her daughter be returned.
Makes sense, yeah. Strike them when they're weak. So how does this go poorly? Obviously it goes poorly.
Fordola's not the kind to take threats lying down.
You know her well. The butcher turned her blade to Anamika and bade the Kaliana move aside. But the broodmother would not yield.
I know where this is going.
You do? I mean, yeah, there's the obvious.
The Kaliana surrounded the Imperials, one of whom, whether out of fear or stupidity, cut the child down. There was naught that could be done.
Yeah, that's kind of where I figured this was going. Ridiculous is what it is, just completely unnecessary. One, for multiple reasons, mainly that you lost your bargaining chip.
For in her despair, the Kaliana broodmother cried out for her daughter to be restored to life. She beseeched Sri Lakshmi's intercession.
I'm sorry, who?
She summoned a primal then and there?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Another one?
That she
They
did,
just keep
if only
happening.
for an instant. Bereft of courage and honor, the broodmother sought solace in her faith. The Imperials fled in terror at the sight of the goddess, abandoning these lands to the Inanta.
Well, I guess it is kind of a job as Primal Slayer to deal
Now
with
the
more that
Kaliana
pop
bid
up.
us make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Yet though we Vera revere Sri Lakshmi as the holiest of the holy, we will not prostrate ourselves before her.
And so you turn to us?
Aye. All who have fought with the Resistance have heard tell of the warrior, the Icon Slayer.
What can I say? I make my name very well known.
I believe we have heard enough. Inconvenient though the timing may be, if a primal has indeed been summoned, we can scarce afford to ignore it. We must needs discuss how best to resolve this situation.
Violence. Probably. Incredible violence. Also, a fight to the death, as per normal. You know, but that comes with every primal, you know? Scouting. It's better. Grimmer plate. It's here somewhere. There it is. Portrait. Oh, yep, because I'm using the glamour plate, it's actually working properly. At the risk of sounding hopelessly naive, there may yet be a way to avoid a violent confrontation. In the past, I fear I have been rather too willing to accept that we have no other recourse than to risk our lives, or rather your life, to address these threats. Yet the primals we have faced thus far have demonstrated a variety of temperaments and objectives. Ravana may delight in battle, but Rama would sooner keep the forest with his children. Ere we decide to challenge Sir Lakshmi, it would seem wise to learn more of her nature from those who summoned her unto the world. If that is your will, then so be it. To the north you will find our village. Saria shall unfold all. Sarisha? Saria? I didn't fucking read it close enough, apparently. We shall leave at once. Mhigo, can you inform our comrades at the bridge of what happened? Of course. Be safe, my friends. Alright. Yet another primal diversion, you know. I guess Mhigo can wait for another day. You know, it's totally not like, it's totally not like we're on a strict timetable, I guess, but still. Sure, they'd rather be out of the, rough arm of oppression sooner rather than later. One day I'll be able to fly in here. One day. Yellow. I would like you to tell me the tale of your people. We do not often receive guests. What is the purpose of your visit? Greetings and well met. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and we come seeking Sharisha of the Vera. You are she, are you not? You have petitioned us for aid and succor, and we intend to provide them. But we would first learn more of Sri Lakshmi, that we might better understand the nature of the threat she poses to you. A simple request, and one which I shall gladly oblige. In the beginning was Sri Lakshmi. We were created in her image, daughters blessed with her beauty. Her breath became ours, her serenity our solace. There is naught she would not give. 'Twas the Qalyana broodmother's desire to bring about her daughter's resurrection, which first called forth Sri Lakshmi from the ether. That being the case, I rather doubt the goddess will be spoiling for a fight. That would depend. The primal's motives have been colored by the summoner's state of mind, namely, that of a grieving mother who just had borne witness to her daughter's murder. Though she apparently craved a miracle, she may have also harbored thoughts of vengeance. Moreover, the Kalyana's conception of Sri Lakshmi may be different from that of the Veera. This is true. The Veera and Kalyana do indeed regard the Lady of Bliss in different ways. To the Veera, Sri Lakshmi embodies freedom. She would not suffer her daughters to be bound to another's will, and so we stand with the resistance against the Empire and give our lives to the cause. To the Kalyana, however, she embodies transcendental beauty, which they strive to create through their craft. To shape crystal is less art and more ritual, a sacred duty wherein each tribute is imbued with a fragment of the soul. The Imperials do not interfere with this holy work, and so the Kalyana were content to turn inward and ignore her plight. Until reality asserted itself and they summoned a primal, a fever dream to soothe their aching hearts. But surely they can see that it won't do any good. The Imperials will still rule these lands. Nothing will change. The Anana will. The Kalyana bade the Veera to make pilgrimage to pay proper respects, remember? Those who do not wish to partake of their primal's bliss will be made to do so. Not while we're around, they won't. Though our beliefs are not the same, we are still kin to the Kalyana. Will you help them to see reason? Know that I'll kill your god if I have to. Maybe even if I don't. Fuck, that's metal. Holy shit. Do what you will, warrior. That simulacrum is not Sri Lakshmi. If we do not act quickly, more lives will be lost, more families torn apart, more children made to suffer. Then it's settled. We're going to find that primal and put it into this. My sister Vara will guide you to Dahan Quat, and I shall pray for your success. Alright. Well met, scions. I am Vara. She who shines bright and unbroken. I stand ready. We leave upon your command. I'll take the casting. You are ready? You look ready. Dahan Khat. There you find the Kalyana's crystals and Sri Lakshmi. Follow me. Alright, let's do this. Where am I going? Up. Around and up. Yeah, actually this is quite a big problem because they're like literally on your front doorstep. They could very easily march on this place if they wanted to try to get you all tempered by Lakshmi. Can't say I'm entirely surprised. Found it weird that we had only dealt with one primal this expansion, so I guess it does make sense that there's a second, given that seems to just be the weight of things. Oop. Dahan Khat. The path leads to an entrance above. Within is an aetherite. You must use it to enter. Understood. With me, everyone. Yeah, that reminds me. I haven't picked up the aetherite on this side of the map yet. It was at the Peering Stones, and I just fucking missed it somehow. Great. Well, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. I'm sure there are ways to get back over. Worst case scenario. Probably just talk to the guy again, and it'll probably just teleport me back across the bridge if it needs to be. Alright, well, time for the fun to begin. It just happens to teleport us in the perfect position to hide.
Why does my Anamika slumber still?
The fact that she's standing up is a miracle. Pretty sure she was literally
Look thee
dead.
on her face, supplicant. Thy prayer hath been answered. Flesh sundered hath been made whole. Blood spilt runneth through her veins. Breath stolen filleth her breast.
Yeah, but doesn't really help if there's nothing in there
But she
mentally.
hears not her mother's words, nor sees her mother's face. She's silent and empty.
Only the vessel may be remade, not so the flame which flickered within. Her soul hath been scattered to the four winds.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Alice?
Now do you see her promises for what they are?
Alice, have you gone mad?
Well, thanks for giving our position away, Alphino. You made this way better, worse.
Mayhap I have, but I refuse to stand by and watch yet another tragedy unfold.
Who intrudes upon this sacred ground? Imperials, thirsting for blood.
Maybe I should have changed my uniform.
No! We come not to shed blood, but to save you from the false god who would lead you astray. I understand how you feel. I do. You loved her with all your heart, but when the moment came, you still couldn't save her. The anguish, the anger, I know it only too well. But I also know where this path leads. To embrace a primal is to condemn yourself to an endless cycle of despair. You will never know peace.
A worm-eaten heart may find peace and serenity in service, in beauty and grace. This hath ever been my promise. Naught else.
You tempt them with visions of things that can never be and leave them bereft and wanting. No illusion, however sweet, can change the fact that your daughter is gone. Remember her as she was. Do not suffer this piteous shade to tarnish her memory.
Where did all this come from, Alice? Hey, Jesus.
For every prayer that primal answers, it'll demand payment in kind. Do you have any idea how many more Ananta will die to feed its hunger for crystals?
They would have thee suffer man's spite and live in fear. Far better to dwell in my beauteous dream than endure so ugly a reality.
She's wrong! We hate the Empire as much as you, if you just listen!
Poor misguided children. I would spare you the torments of this cruel and misshapen world. Come, bask in my radiance. Let it fill your hearts and free you from your burdens.
Yeah, no, thanks. Yeah, I hope everybody else is, Also, none of y'all have the, thing. You might want to leave. When the fuck could we do that? We just can't. Oh, I mean, yeah, we can't be tempered, but since when could we make a temper blocking shield?
Abide in misery then, fools. The Ananta are more deserving of my blessing. Leave these lands and my dreamers be. I will not warn you a second time.
I know, it was stupid and foolish, but I had to try. I had to. I had to try, and I failed. So, you have to fight. There is no other way. It means a lot to hear you say that, it does. But it doesn't make it any easier to have to ask you to face that thing. We can but do that which is within our power. Lise, Alphino, and I will go and seize the crystal stores. This will not happen again. And you, when it is finished, we will be waiting for you. Emanation. Alright. I knew this was gonna end with killing a god, so you might as well just get it over with. Oh god, 23 minutes? What the fuck am I gonna do for 23 minutes? I could just go in unsynced as Black Mage, which is like my level 80 class, and just go in and just easily stop this shit solo if it comes to be a problem. But if that doesn't work and there's like an instant kill or DP or like a damage DPS check and I simply can't do it with one person, then I will have to wait for the queue again is the problem. Oh. Yeah. Well, I'm waiting. Let's go finish filling out the map and also grab that aetherite I didn't grab. That's a good use of my time, I think. Hopefully. Damn it. Almost made that leap. Okay. Let's grab this aetherite shard before we do anything else. Because I will forget to collect it again when I go back there. I am nothing if not consistent with my lack of consistency. And my ability to remember things. Alright, I need to remember how to actually get up there. That probably is the path up. Oh, hell yeah, let's go. Easy peasy. Didn't have to wait 23 minutes at all. Thank fuck.
Open your heart to me.
I don't know what's happening here. Yeah, I would like to hear the mechanic before getting hit by it. Okay. Although I guess if I just pay enough attention to what everybody else is doing, then I should be fine.
Rest your weary souls in my bosom.
Yeah, I'm gonna get hit. What the fuck? Yep, I wasn't protected.
I shall free you from your hate.
Okay. Okay, understood.
Surrender to bliss. Do not your souls weigh heavy?
Ow. That actually wasn't that bad. Alright, that's easy enough to understand. Just don't line up. Just don't stand in more than one line. I accidentally grabbed that one.
Your souls are sealed.
Thought it was an AoE for a second. But nope, I'm good. We're perfect. Oh shit. That was close. Almost lost track of things. Easy peasy. Died once, but you know, I didn't know the mechanics, so I figured it out. I should have probably figured when I saw the raid wide that I needed to hit it, but you know, I never said I was the brightest. Yeah, I always give it to the healer, or the tank, whichever needs it.
You did it again. You saved them. I just wish I could have been more help.
Yeah, you were fine, Lise. You grabbed the crystals, and that's all that matters. You prevented an immediate second summoning, so you know what? It works out.
So, it looks like the Ananta did have a mountain of crystals after all. Like every other tribe. Gods were all such slaves to our weaknesses.
You slew our mistress! She was our hope, our salvation! Is there no end to your cruelty?
If she really was your mistress and really was the powerful god you claim her to be, she probably wouldn't have been felled so easily.
Listen to me, please. I know that you're only trying to protect yourselves because you feel frightened and alone. But that's how we all feel. Don't you see? If we could just turn to each other for help instead of the gods, I'm sure we could find a way to live in peace.
They're pretty sure they're tempered, Lise. I don't think your words are gonna get through to them.
Your crystals are important to you, aren't they? Reflections of your souls, right? Well, you shouldn't have to sacrifice something so precious to a primal.
Who are you to question our choice? You who fight without fear? We wish only to live in peace. And if this be the price we must pay, then so be it!
I know there's nothing I can say to convince you. But I hope that one day you look back and see we only ever wanted the same thing.
Yeah, not likely.
Begone, damn you! Spare me your hollow words, and leave me to mourn.
I'll go. But it doesn't mean I'm giving up. Girabania is our home too. And one way or another, we're going to have to learn to live together. Come on. Alphino and Alize are waiting.
Okay. Nothing I'm gonna say is gonna convince them. Not that I talk. I only talk long enough to give out fucking badass lines like, I'll kill your god if I have to. And even if I don't, I might still. Like, that line was just so fucking awesome. Like, holy shit. There can't be something more metal than that. Casually just, you know, undertaking in the casual hobby of god slaying.
The savage returns, and with her tail firmly between her legs, beaten by beastmen, I hear.
It was a shameful display, by all accounts. She may have curried the Viceroy's favor with her bold promises, but in the end, she's just another plodding bungler like the rest of her kind.
Strange. You would think him a better judge of character. Then again, I hear she's not averse to a more physical mode of persuasion.
Gee, God, guys.
I thought she rose through the ranks rather quickly, but no longer. If only she had been content with her lot, she might have lived to see the morrow.
Well, good luck. I doubt Xenos is gonna take that. Your loss well. Both of them. What, no captive audience this time? I thought you liked doing public executions.
Fedola Rem Lupus. Commander of the Crania Lupi, reporting as ordered.
Why do you tremble, sir? Could it be that the Empire's butcher is afraid? That she who walks with death is terrified of her own?
I think most people would
I'm
be.
terrified of dying having achieved naught. Gladly would I give my life to win a great victory on the battlefield, had I but the strength.
Alas, you do not. Indeed, you are weak. And born of this weakness is a blind fervor, a raging inferno which threatens to consume not only you, but everyone around you.
Yes, my lord.
You were defeated by the Resistance on several occasions. You misjudged the Ananta and spurred them into summoning an icon. Have you anything to say?
I do not, my lord. My failures are my own. I am prepared to accept your judgment.
Well, at least you're making this easy. And you own up to your mistakes, which is actually quite noble.
And that is very admirable. However, I've had enough of this dumb show. Give voice to that hunger I see in your eyes, or I will pluck them from your head.
I want... I want to make them pay! All of them! Everyone who ever mocked or looked down on me! I want the power to make them pay!
This is all about petty revenge and mocking.
Very well.
You've done a lot of horrible things for that kind of simple reason, but alright, you know, I guess.
Then I shall give you a chance. A chance to transcend your mortal limits. Assuming, that is, you are prepared to wager your life for such power.
Transcend, my lord. I came here prepared to die. Tell me what I must do.
Again, your willingness to do whatever to achieve what you want is quite noble. Who the fuck do we got here? Garlean scientist? We already have two of those. You can't just introduce another one. I mean, yeah, true. They're not really working for the Garleans anymore, but yeah, it still counts, alright? I wish we could have left on better terms, but that was never going to happen. It could be a problem if they get their hands on any more crystals, though. And never mind. We'll deal with that when the time comes. Give me the aiming. Yeah, I guess my thing of aiming already is better. Or, actually, no, it's an earring, isn't it? Yep, which is just going to be outclassed by the auto-scaling XP booster. You have done us a great service this day. Long shall my sister sing the praises of the Icon's slayer. Let us bear word to them of Sir Sri Lakshmi's passing. Come, friends, to Vira Nila. Yeah, sure, why not? I guess I can put off grabbing the Aetheryte shard a little longer. Not too much longer, though. Alright. Oh, fuck. I just skipped dialogue without thinking about it. However, I fear this is only the beginning. There is no cure that which drives the desperate to beseech the gods for salvation. Should they wish to use their crystals and summon Sri Lakshmi again, naught can be done to stop them. We ignore our sister's plight at our peril. This we know. We shall endeavor to show them another path, so the day you speak of never comes. We are all in this together, Alimigans and Ananta. We understand that. Hopefully in time they will too. You and yours will ever be friends of the Vera. On that, you have my word. We should be getting back to the Peering Stones. Thank you again, Sarisha, for everything. Yes, we should get back to the Peering Stones. That place that I could teleport to if I had thought for 5 seconds to actually fucking grab the Aetheryte shard. But that's asking way too much of me. Let's see. What's the best way up there? Yeah, here we go. There we go. Problem solved. Welcome back. Conrad and Marshal Terrapin came to render aid, but I hear that won't be necessary. They won't. Sri Lakshmi is gone. Ah, but I should probably start at the beginning. Incredible. I don't know what to say. If you hadn't been there to stop her, who knows where it would have ended. You've saved a lot of lives. Take pride in that. It must be said that this is something of an unprecedented situation. Previous summonings were, to my knowledge, planned well in advance by a tribe as a whole. Indeed, there are several aspects of this incident which bear further investigation. In any event, the Kalyana's supply of crystals must remain limited for the foreseeable future, and ambient ether levels closely observed. Understood. The Alliance will consult with the Resistance and the Vera on how to best to enforce said restrictions. Thank you, Vice Marshal. To other matters, then. What news of the Imperials? None, which itself is troubling. It seems as though the Skulls and the remainder of the garrison have fully withdrawn into the peaks. We've seen neither hide nor hair of them since Veladina. Regardless of their reasons, our path is clear. Father has decided that it is time to advance east. Finally! He was also most emphatic that you be spared further duties for the present. You are to rest. It would not do for the Warrior of Light to collapse from exhaustion during the march. We may not be as strong or as quick as her, but we are soldiers nonetheless. We can deal with the Imperials. Aye, you've earned this respite, so enjoy it. Same goes for you, Mhigo. You've been far away from your family for too long. Don't deny it. As you say, sir. Thank you. We'll make the most of our time here. you know, now we get a break for all of 5 seconds, you know, until we get dragged back in for another mess. Looks like it's up to me and mine to give you lot a proper welcome. My mother prepared a special meal for the occasion, and I have it on good authority that hers is the finest cooking this side of Valodina. Honored guests, I pray you partake of our humble offerings as we give you many thanks for your many valiant deeds. Wow, 2 polygon turkeys. Great, my favorite. Okay, I'm being a little facetious. It might be 6 polygons. Maybe. Thank you, sir, for this warm welcome. We are honored to break bread with you and your family. Come, come, eat your fill of our food and drink deep of our spirits. There is more than enough for all. Well, when you put it that way, don't mind if I do. She wasn't kidding when she said her mother could cook. You know, seeing her with her family, I can't help thinking of my own. How my father would come home from a hunt with dinner on his shoulders, and Mhigo would prepare it with herbs and spices. Our mother died when I was little, so she did most of the cooking. We didn't have much, but we had each other, and that was enough for me. But they wouldn't let us have even that. Theodoric, Gaius, of course Father and Nita had to fight. I would have too, had I been older, but they didn't have to die. It never ends, does it? They call us beasts, and they treat us like them. They push, and they push, and they... until someone pushes back. Until someone takes up arms, or just summons a god. A false god. If the 12 are watching us, what are they thinking? What are they thinking when they see the strong hurt the weak? When people fight and die, and nothing gets better, and it just goes on and on and on. There is no justice. There is no justice, just us. That's a funny pun. Bringing some light to the situation, huh? I know. That's why we're here, isn't it? Thanks for listening. I know I was just rambling, but I feel better somehow. Who knows what the answers are, if there even are any. Either way, life goes on, and we've got to go with it. Sorry, that sounded better in my head. I must be getting tired. Time to turn in, I think. Tomorrow's another day, huh? Let's see what it brings. Sleep well. Yeah, I wonder what the gods are thinking. They can't be too happy, but they seem very intent. I mean, have I heard Hydaelyn speak since Heavensward MSQ? There might have been a reason for that, and I just don't remember if there's a reason why she's not talking, but she used to be all over me in the base game, but not so much. There is something to be said for a home-cooked meal, is there not? We must cherish these moments, fleeting as they are, and the fight will always be there waiting for us to return. I'll take the casting. Or, no, actually, I'll take the materia. I trust you are well rested and refreshed. Then let us return to the front. The greater part of the Alliance forces should have advanced into the peaks by now, but I expect we will pass many of our comrades on the road east. There is a checkpoint along the way, as I recall, but will need only to identify ourselves to the soldiers in order to pass. I did grab this Aether shard, right? Yeah, I did. Good. Now, these enemies just don't want to leave me alone. Might as well run over here and grab this part of the map really quick. Also, it just now occurs to me, I think I forget how it works. I know you need the full map. Oh, no, you don't. I'm dumb. You don't need the full map to fly. I'm just thinking that because I spent all that time flying around, Hello, Hunt. I will see if I can accomplish you, I guess. Well... If I had the interrupt ability, I could have done that, but I don't think this class gets it. Alright, let's see. Are you going to totally kick my ass? Oh yeah, you are going to totally wreck my shit. Never mind. Alright, we're out of here. Well... Shit. That's probably an A or an S rank hunt, probably. He popped me through the shield I got. Fuck. Well, it's a good thing we got that Aether right shard, huh? Because I'm going to have to teleport immediately back there. Oh, that's tragic. Really wish there was some sort of way to tell what level of hunt it was without having to open, like, the log and go through that. You know how it is. I haven't died in a while. Peering stones. Alright. Back to it without trying to fight the big scary thing that kicked my ass before. Scions, a pleasure to have you with us again. You'll be happy to hear we've taken Alagiri and have already begun fortifying it as our new base of operations in the peaks. Give a shout to the lads as you pass, huh? Honestly, I really like the Garlean garb. Like, I really like this Garlean uniform. This might just be my permanent ninja, like, fit. Honestly, probably really work on Samurai and
I remember how they laughed.
Gunbreaker as well.
Alliance and Resistance soldiers, eager for battle. trading jokes as we marched east.
Wish it
towards
was
the
dyeable,
peaks.
but, you know, it still looks
Beyond
great.
This last line of defenses lay the locks and the city. Breaching it would be no small feat.
Yeah, we'll get to that eventually, you know. We already
But we
managed to
beat the
take over one
Imperials
city.
back, just like that. And we liberated a village. The first of many.
As you can see, this part of the peaks is much higher than the northern reaches, hence why the Imperials built Specula Imperatoris where they did. And see those 3 towers to the east? That's her. Sits right on the edge of a cliff, so attacking from the north's a fool errand. From the south, on the other hand, she's no different from any Imperial installation. You see now why Veladino was so important, eh? Right then, come along. They're waiting for us in Alagiri. The fucking weird-looking Aetheryte shard. Holy fuck, what? Keep getting my free XP from finding new places. Thank you. Realistically, I should swap to another class to get the XP, unlike Dark Knight or something, but I will like die in one hit. So there's really not a lot of point. So fucking. Oh, it's an objective. I see. That's a. I don't think I've ever seen that type of fate icon before. Also, so the big crystal isn't actually the Aetheryte shard, it's just a big crystal on the side of the mountain, huh? I guess that makes more sense. Here we are, the new base of operations for the Alliance and the Resistance. Ah, there you are. Greetings, General. I see you have been quite busy in our absence. Less than you may imagine, the Imperials fled at our coming, and we took the village without a fight. Your timing is impeccable. We're about to discuss our strategy to seize Specula Imperatoris. Though we are fresh from the road, we should be glad to attend. Good. Take a moment to gather yourselves and join us when you're ready. Well, you heard the Flame General. Looks like we've got a meeting to attend. But before we do that, we go to the Aetheryte and we make sure we're all attuned. And we should probably get our gear repaired while we're here since we have a mender. Repair all. Do I have any? Yes, I do have some other things that need repairing. Might as well just repair everything. I know I could just level up crafting jobs and do all the repairing myself, but, you know, it's cheap enough that it's not a huge deal to just get it done at the menders. That everyone? Then let us begin. Alagiri is ours, and for mercy we took it without losing a single man. But we dare not grow complacent. Specula Imperatoris will not be so easily won. If I may, General, should we not pause to consider the Imperial's motivations? For Xenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without so much as firing a shot is inexplicable. We searched through the village and found no traps or other signs of sabotage. Suspicious though it may be, I will not refuse this gift from our enemy. The path to Mhigo is through the east, through Specula Imperatoris and Castrum Abania. It bears repeating, however, that the latter is home to a massive cannon with unparalleled range and destructive power. Which means we'll need to strike the Specula Imperators quickly, both to limit their ability to locate our forces in the field, and to utilize the installation as a shield against attack, as they would doubtless not risk damaging the towers. I see. Then we have no choice but to accept whatever we have been given. Aye, that's the way of it. I've no doubt that Xenos has got something planned, but we'll just have to deal with it when the time comes. To the assault, then. The main host will commence a direct assault in Specula Imperatoris. During this time, I would hold the Scions in reserve in Alagiri to deal with any Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. Understood. Wait a minute. We should be fighting with you and the Resistance. I understand you don't want to rely too much on her after what she's been through, but at least let the rest of us do our part. She wants to fight. I say let her fight. I can take care of things here. I knew you'd understand. Mayhap it would be best if I accompanied you. Alice can stay with the Warrior of Light. Oh, go if you must. The two of us can take care of ourselves. You have your orders. Dismissed. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be fine. You know, what's defending a whole town by ourselves? I'm sure it'll go perfectly. Meanwhile, deep within an Imperial research facility... You will admit your scientific advancements are quite impressive. I don't know what I'm looking at, though. They're a bunch of Oh, hi. Oh, that's what they're for. I was just about to say I don't know what they're used for, but then again, I really don't know what the plan is here.
Let us see. So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
So, what's going on?
My lord, what have you done to me?
Doesn't look like much changed, to be honest. You want to give me an explanation? So at least I'm aware?
Though we Guardians are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics.
See, you got fucking red eyes. Wasn't that made a big deal of in the Crystal Tower? Doesn't that, like, mean you're, like, descendant from, like, original Garlean royalty or something?
This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabard. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage. It was with Magitech that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic.
Okay, maybe your eyes aren't red. Maybe it was just the lighting, because they look more brown in this lighting.
To enhance a subject's
like up
ability
close.
to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court. Only Lord Xenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
Oh, so what? Did you just pump
You
her
gave
full
me
of
this treatment,
ether
but
drugs?
I'm not Garlean.
Alamegan, through and through. What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Alagiri was recently occupied by the Resistance, and that an attack on Specular Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the Watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
Thancred? Hey, my boy, what's up?
Found you.
Well, at least you found her. Don't know what she's doing in that weird pod thing. Or what it's doing, more like, but you know. I guess it could be worse. She could be dead. So full of fire and eager, weren't they? Well, I wouldn't worry too much. They're strong and they have each other. At least you spared me the trouble of having to speak up. I wasn't about to let Lys go alone. Another new outfit. It's actually not better than my current. We have a fair bit of ground to cover, so we should split up. If you come across any Imperial soldiers, you know what to do. Oh, and so you know, I sent words to our Urnvald's Scott Wadron. They are already searching for other nearby areas, so we have allies in the event we counter anything beyond our means. Well, that's good, because I'm pretty sure the other task that he wants, What's-Her-Face to do is probably to lead an attack here. It's a smart play, cutting off our path to retreat by essentially retaking the town, and essentially trapping us in the peaks would be a smart tactical decision. Too bad they have me to contend with, and I'm not about to let that go unpunished. Easy. And goodbye. Dealt with. Ah, give me a moment. Say that again if you would. No, maintain your distance for now. Understood. Keep me apprised of any developments. That was Arenvald. The pair that was spying on us in the fringes has followed us here. What about you? Any trouble? And there I was thinking we might be due for some peace and quiet. Glad to hear you dealt with them. I hope the assault on Spectral Imperatoris is going well. Oh, it almost certainly isn't, but, you know, what can you say? They're doing surprising work for having been gone for like 20 minutes.
You've improved, lad.
Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
No, they're actually pulling through.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me!
I hope that, since Thancred witnessed the conversation, that, you know, he'd warn us if we were walking into what is effectively a trap.
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements. A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
Something tells me that's not why you're here.
Stand down.
Commander?
Tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people... Your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Zeno said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
What?
What? Kill our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
I don't think she's mistaken at all. I think that's exactly what Xenos would do.
Mayhap you'd like to ask Lord Xenos yourself. I thought not. Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute, and always, always do our duty. Now, give the order.
Initiate firing sequence.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
That's not great. I mean...
Rudolph, and for us, for our people, for our future.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
Okay, well... Fuck Specula Imperatoris, apparently. You're not getting an echo vision, but something's going on with you. Or maybe you are getting an echo vision. Did they implant you with the echo? What the fuck? I mean, to be fair, this is probably a good plan. They don't want, you know... Well, no, it's actually a terrible plan. It would, like, I don't see the tactical purpose of this. Because it doesn't... I mean, yeah, I guess you bring down the whole building on everybody inside. But if enough of the force still lives, they could mount an attack on the cannon and take the cannon. Like, you're taking a lot of risks with uncertainty here. Also, holy fuck.
What in the seven hells?
Long-range artillery.
Those treacherous bastards. Their people were still fighting. Full retreat. Now! Relay the orders!
Understood. All forces retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
Well, I mean, honestly, that might inspire, you know, more rebels. I can't imagine that the Garlean soldiers, like the random peons, are all that happy about literally being fired upon and risk their deaths. By the 12, did you see that? The main tower just collapsed. You heard it too, didn't you? It must have been the cannon at Castra Mabania. But that was an Imperial installation and their troops were still... Damn it, no one's responding. I don't know if this shell is being jammed or... We have to go right now. They need our help. This way. There's no time to lose. It's a good thing that we weren't there. Not that I think any of that would have killed us, but, you know. It helps that we weren't there. I'm pretty sure the entire main tower could have fallen on our head and we would have probably found a way to walk out unscathed. It's worse than it looks. He probably wasn't even... Put yourself together. The gate. This is our way inside. We need to find my brother right now. Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that. Because Lise and Alphino weren't in the cutscene fighting below. Hopefully they weren't fighting in the tower itself. I'm glad you're here, Captain. In the case it isn't obvious, the Imperials fired upon us. Specula Imperators. I didn't think they had it in them. To kill their own men just to kill us. Gods damn them all. Where is my brother? Tell me where he is. I want to see him. He was in the tower when it struck, but that need not mean for anything. Our forces are still evacuating, and many remain unaccounted for. Alice, listen. There are soldiers wounded and dying all around us. Soldiers with families just like you and me. They need our help, do you understand? He's right. I'll take the north, you take the east. Hey, I can ride my bike. Well, honestly, the casualties could have been a lot worse. I don't think this guy's gonna get up. I mean, the effort is appreciated me, but he ain't moving, and he's in an awkward position. I don't think he's getting back up again. Oh, never mind, he's fine. Look at that. Hey, look. Wow. Ugh. Everything hurts. I think it was struck by debris from the tower. Wait, I know you. Ward of House Fortin. We fought together on the steps of faith. You saved my life back then, and now... I can walk, thank you. 1,000 times thank you. Conrad? Conrad, can you hear me? Nago, put him down over there. Oh, Conrad. Yeah, I don't think he's getting back up. Alphino, it's good to see you safe. Full glad am I to see you. Wait, where's my sister? Yeah, she's fine. She's just helping out at the other tower. Door the east.
Conrad! Conrad, speak to me!
Yeah, he's pretty fucked up.
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake. We carried the survivors to safety, but Conrad's... We have done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Conrad?
I mean, he seems mostly fine. He's not like coughing up blood or anything.
Is that you, Lise? I can't see a damn thing.
Well, maybe you'd be able to see things if you open your eyes. That's probably your first problem.
Well, that's that then. Time's up.
Again, all you have to do is open your eyes. It's really not that bad. You're not, like, wounded. Your clothes aren't torn or anything. You look a little scuffed, but yeah, other than that, I mean...
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
It's all right, Lise. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
Don't say another word. You'll recover. We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Mhigo together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister, but because you're you. Because you're you.
Conrad.
Lead them to victory. To freedom.
I guess it could be internal bleeding, but he's not coughing up blood, so it hadn't pierced his lungs.
Conrad. I will. I promise.
Meanwhile, in the chaos of Castromabania. Yeah, I can't imagine that this is going over well with troops. Knowing that you can literally just be shot at and killed by your own people at any moment. That would certainly spark chaos.
Next round, double the charge.
Is that who I think it is? That's exactly who I think it is. Hi, Estinian. What the fuck are you doing here?
Nidhogg. We are needed.
What? Where the fuck did you come from? Also, holy fuck.
That's the cerulean pipeline.
Impossible! How can one man... Shoot the bastard! Shoot him!
I guess you still have some Nidhogg powers, huh? Couldn't fully escape it? Not even bothered, you know, absolutely just uncaring about the literal gunfire hitting your own armor.
My lance has slain far greater beasts.
Man, it's good to see you again.
You're welcome, boy.
Notify all units! I want that intruder found! And get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon! The savages are coming!
Yep, we took your stupid 2 remaining towers. I would have liked 3, but I'll take 2. We could have killed them. We could have walked away. But instead we tried to convince them to lay down their arms. We tried to seek a peaceful resolution. We showed them mercy, and this was their response. Fire and blood. This was their answer. Such crimes cannot go unpunished. They must not. Gods is my witness, there will be a reckoning. Forgive me. Now is not the time for vows of vengeance. We must remain calm and rational and in control. The Imperials have demonstrated a willingness to fire on their own. So long as we remain here, we are in danger. We three will see to Commander Kemp's body, find my sister, and return to Alagiri. Will do. There. That should suffice for now. Go on and join the others. Tell me you found Alpha now. Tell me he's alright. Oh, thank the 12. I don't know what I would have done. Though, saying that, what will Resistance do without Commander Kemp? Worry not. Sorry, not here, not now. We should return to Alagiri. Keep an eye out for any wounded who need our help on the way. I'm still gonna really believe that they just literally nuked their own tower from far away. Oh, we're just gonna aid the Imperial? I mean, that's fine. I'm okay with that. It wasn't long ago I was trying to kill you and yours. I half expected you were about to slit my throat. To hell's with this. I should be back home in Ilsabard instead of taking fire from my so-called comrades. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured would happen. It was, you know, you get fired upon by your own commanders. I doubt you're too willing to just continue taking orders from that point on, knowing that they could just attempt to kill you out of nowhere again. So honestly, while we did lose a lot of Resistance members probably, and we probably lost a lot more in the fight, I'm sure we'll probably make up just as many numbers from Imperials and Skulls who aren't too happy about the whole thing. Thanks, friend. Bloody tourniquet came loose and I was having trouble getting it back on. I should be fine the rest of the way. Another hunt. Alright, I'll start it from far away this time. See how much damage I do, and if I need to leave. Oh, yep, we need to go. Bye. Of course the guy's right here. You know. That guy's still aggroed on me? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, thank God. Alright, I just need to sneak around him so I can get to this guy. Because he's right there. This would have been easier had it been a hunt I could actually kill, but... Oh, bless you, Wait, is that you? I didn't recognize you at first. Been feeling a bit dizzy. Must have lost a lot of blood. I can keep going. I can keep going. Or at least it's easy to see where the town is, given the big walls and the giant crystal poking out of the top of it. We have given over Commander Kemp's remains for safekeeping. Later, I have no idea when, rites must needs be performed. For now, however, we must carry on. We must press forward. We must not give in to despair. All Alliance and Resistance units have now withdrawn from Secula Imperatoris. It is time we spoke with General Alden. Oh, I wanted to teleport onto the table. Not over it. These debts weigh heavy on my soul, Commander Kemp's most of all. He was a wise leader, he was a patriot, but above all else, he was a good man who will be sorely missed. One of many lost this day. I ask for a moment's silence to pray for the souls of the departed. We have suffered a grievous defeat, but we cannot and will not renounce this cause. The die has been cast. Hold tight to this grief, this anger, and let it drive you forward. Let it be your strength and your shield when you next face the enemy. It will carry us far, General. Of that I have no doubt. Ere we take another step towards Mhigo, however, we must first address the question of how to deal with Crash Albania's cannon. If the Imperials are willing to employ their weapon without thought for their own soldiers safely, we may struggle to approach them. A frontal assault is out of the question. We'd lose countless men before we even reached the walls. Would we? Recall that the Imperials could have obliterated our forces had they kept firing, but neglected to do so. If they had no strategic reason to cease fire, which begs the question, why did they? You suspect they were unable to fire the cannon again? Mayhap due to a malfunction? Well, one of their officers found his conscience after the first barrage, or heretofore the unknown resistance faction chose that moment to disable it. There are many possibilities, but the fact remains they have stopped when logic dictated they continue. Then I'll just have to go and see for myself if the cannon is still operational. Are you mad? Conrad put you in charge of the Resistance. We can't risk losing another commander so soon. I know how you feel, Nago. I do, but I need you to understand. It wasn't long after Papa Limo and I arrived at Ralger's Reach that Conrad first asked me to join the Resistance. And then he kept on asking. Every time I said no, I told myself it was because of the scions. But even then, I knew deep down that it was an excuse. That I was still afraid of following my heart because I couldn't be sure if it was me or for Yida. But then I met someone on the other side of the world who had struggled with the same worries. And as we traveled and fought together, I saw him grow and become the leader his people needed him to be. And now it's my turn to do the same. There's not a lot of us left, and the ones that are, many are still wounded, we have to make do with what we've got, and I'm the best qualified. It's as simple as that. But don't worry, Nago, I'll come back, I promise. While I acknowledge Commander Heck's right to carry out this mission, I see no reason why she should do it so alone. Captain, would you go with her? Would have done even if you hadn't asked, sir. Then it's settled. We will await your return. And this will probably be, well, not this, but this coming mission will probably be the last mission I do for the evening. Oh, I clicked off screen. It may not be the decision Conrad would have made. It may not be the Conrad decision would have made. Oh, fuck. I'm not Conrad. I never will be. I don't know what kind of leader he was hoping for, but right now all I can do is be myself. I'll take the gunblade. If you don't mind, I'd rather not wait around and have people try to talk me out of it. Let's get moving. I know a good vantage point overlooking the castrum. Nyon Krep's Hope. The ship stranded on the docks to the east of here. It shouldn't take us long to get there. Oh, but there might be some ancient golems guarding it. Or that might just be an old wives' tale. Either way, it's worth the risk. Please, Commander, I pray you proceed with all due caution. Do not hesitate to call upon us if needed. To reach the ship, we'll have to scale the cliff face. I'll get some climbing gear and meet you there, alright? Okay, so the Guardian Beast wasn't exactly incorrect. Sorry to keep you waiting. I see you met the golems. Looks like the old stories were true, eh? In a way, I'm glad. Right then, time to climb. That is a sheer fucking cliff wall. I mean, I guess we could use a climbing kit to rappel up and down, but, like, that would be tough. Phew. Took a bit more out of me than I expected. And here she is. Nyon Krep's Hope. The ark that one man made to save countless others from the flood during the 6th Umbral era. It's comforting to think that there have always been people who cared this much about their fellow man, who accomplished such great feats that people couldn't help thinking they must be made up. But the proof's right here, isn't it? I don't just mean the ship, you know. I mean you. Long before anyone started calling you a hero, you were there for those in need. You did things for people when you didn't have to. Sometimes even when they didn't want you to. It can't have been easy, staying true to yourself. But we're all better for it. Me included. I'll never be a leader like Conrad. Or Hien. Or my father. But I can be a friend to you all, and I can fight by your side. I can be me. And that'll just have to be enough, huh? Strange to think back on it. If we'd been standing in different places, or if the shell had struck the tower differently, it would have been me instead of Conrad. Or maybe both of us. What kind of monster murders their own? Is that smoke from Castra Mabania? Wait, it's coming from the cannon! I can't tell what happened from here, but I can tell that it won't be giving us any trouble in the immediate future. This is our chance to avenge Conrad and all the others who died in that tower, friend and foe. To take Castra Mabania and bring the bastards who gave the order to fire to justice. It won't be easy after the losses we took, but I know everyone's champing at the bit to strike back. With the right plan, I'm certain we can do it. We have to tell the others. Come on. So what I'm still confused. What prompted Estinian to show up and just destroy the ceruleum line that leads to the cannon? Just wanted to help out, you know, was watching us the whole time? Easier up, down than up, huh? Though not necessarily safer. Anyway, no time to rest. We need to convince the others to strike now before the Imperials have time to fix the cannon. We'll take the rod. And I think that's what we'll call it for the night. I know it's a little less than 2 hours, but I was on late anyway, and I do have to be up early tomorrow morning. Thanks everybody so much for watching, if you still are. I will be back tomorrow with the boys for Pathfinder Gatewalkers, session 54? 55? What could be very well our finale session for that campaign. We're unsure yet. When we discussed it last week, we were uncertain if it was going to take us 1 or 2 more sessions. The original guess was that next week was supposed to be our final, but, well, we can be slow to progress sometimes, let's just say that. But regardless, I hope if you enjoyed and want to catch more streams, the easiest way to do so would be to hit the buttons on your respective platforms, whether that be the subscribe button on YouTube or the follow button on Twitch, so you can get notified for when I and we go live. But regardless, I hope everybody enjoyed and have a good night. Bye-bye.